Start some grip training. To be honest with you, I don't fucking do grip training, so I can't give you advice on that. I can give you what the science says, but I hate doing it. Remember, guys, I like telling you what the science and the bro science says. If I don't have advice from both, I hate drawing conclusions. I hate just telling you what a study's saying. That's just me repeating, some other shit. But if I read the study and I experience it myself, then I have confidence to see, where the parallels is and what works. But as far as studies will always say, obviously, do the whole fat grips thing, grip those thick ass balls, things like that. But I never tried it, so I don't want to be a hypocrite and give you advice on something I haven't tried. So I would say, go to somebody who's an expert on grip training. Let's see. Video question. Those t-shirts look sick as hell, dude. Love your philosophy on life. Thank you, by the way. Team 3D Alpha, rocking a t-shirt, all right? In stores. 3 designs are up now. I'm gonna take them down in a few weeks and put the like like 50 more designs. So just stay tuned. Get the first 3 designs. Those are limited edition. Limited edition. See that marketing trick right there, right? All right. Video question. Should you focus more on the long head or the short head or the bicep? I would say. Well, I was gonna say both, but you say which one should you focus on? I would say the long head, right? Because the long head, when it's developed, actually gives your arm thickness not only from the side but from the front as well. You see, like, let me try to show you guys. Uh, you see, that's my arm, right? This is the short head. Obviously, it gives you that peak, right? Damn, my arm, tricep looking. Anyway, this is the short head. The long head gives your arms like this swole look from the side without even being flexed. See, the short head, you can really see your peak unless you're really gifted. You can only see it when you flex it, right? Like that. The long head, you can just be relaxed, standing, and the shit fucking pops out. I think that's what everybody should focus on. Same thing with triceps, the long head. All right. So I would say, yeah, focus on the long head. Do a lot of hammer curls. Focus on your brachialis, all that shit. Video question: is it more beneficial to train the muscle you are overtraining twice a day? Once again, nucleus overload. Let's not call it overtraining anymore. Is it more beneficial to train it twice a day than just once a day? Hansa did it twice a day and he fucking blew up. Once again, he blew up after his noob gains. See, I don't give examples of people who blew up on their noob gains because you don't know if it came from the noob gains or it came from the genetics, whatever. When somebody trains for like up to 2 years and goes past their initial noob gains, then starts something different and blows up, that's when I'm like, okay, let me investigate this more. Hansa, when he started doing twice a day on his shoulders, everyone used to call him shoulders at the gym because he would go in the gym and do shoulders in the morning, shoulders at night, all that shit. And because he had no delts after 2 years of training, he had no fucking delts. He started doing that shit. His delts and traps blew the fuck up. In fact, he never really trained traps. It's just by doing a lot of behind the neck press, which is one of the top 3 best exercises for upper traps. His delts and traps blew the fuck up, right? But that's only one example. I know a lot of people who did twice a day training, and they all got gains. But then once again, the population was too small. It was only like 4 to 5 people. So I don't like drawing conclusion from only 4 to 5 people. That's why in the overtraining, in the nucleus overload training thing, I say start with once a day first because I need to get at least 20 different people before I could say yes, you could do it twice a day. But I don't see why it won't work. And as long as your nutrition is there, you're not overdoing it. You're keeping it short and intense. I don't see why it wouldn't work. So try it. I mean, I did it for my chest at one point. I would do push-ups in the morning, and at night before bed, I did it for my abs, and I did it for my triceps, and that's the only 3 muscles I did it on. And all those 3 body parts blew the fuck up when I started doing the twice a day thing. So, but once again, that's a small population. That's like under 6 people. So I won't recommend that to my subs until I'm done experimenting with it and finding more people. But I would say there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, people in prison do that shit all the time. People that do the ball stars thing do that shit all the time. So give it a try. Be like me. Take risk. What can you lose? If anything, if you lose your games, you could always get them back because the nuclei and the muscle always stay. So try it out and see what happens. But in the beginning, I would recommend only start with once a day, just to be safe, right? Next, do you think that video question? Do you think that you can earn a lot of knowledge out of muscle and fitness and men's health? You could get a lot of knowledge out of anything. Even the bullshit guy at the gym was always spewing out anecdotes. I told you guys my philosophy. Take data from everyone, but just know how to keep it, in a box compartment. What's the word I'm looking for? Put it in a fucking box, right? Put it in a box. The people on steroids, take their advice down, put in a category of steroid motherfuckers. The bro science guy, put in the bro science box. The magazine stuff, because there's some marketing involved, some kind of supplement shit going on. put in their own box. Then eventually compare the advice all across and look for where they agree, right? Look for the common thread, then draw your conclusion. So I take advice from everything. If you watch my videos, I look at animals, I look at gorillas, lions, I look at everywhere I see muscle growth, I look at it. Even if I know they're different from humans or the DNA structure, I just write it all down, and eventually I cancel out the shit that you can't really mix and match. So try it out. I hate people that say, "Well, don't listen to this guy, don't listen to this guy." No, 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 no. Listen to everybody, even if you know they're spewing bullshit. One thing I learned is that for every five things somebody says, like sincerely, at least one, at least one of the five things is correct, right? Because nobody can go out there and spew 100% bullshit. If they say 100% bullshit, then they won't even make it in the fucking industry, right? Some of it has to be true. Even in magazines, some of the shit they say has to be true for them to keep their following going. Even though there's a lot of deception going on, there has to be an element of truth, right? The best liar has to tell the truth sometimes. That's how he gets your trust. So look at everything, right? Next, video question: limb dominance versus torso dominance. I'm limb dominant as fuck. Uh, while Marco is torso dominant. Limb dominant people look better in short sleeve tees, while torso dominant people look better in tanks and no shirt. You're not asking me a question. What's the question? Just ask me a question. I mean, you're just telling me like Uh, the results of your I'm limb dominant as fuck. Okay. So I'm assuming you wanna become torso dominant. I don't know. Rephrase that question. All right, next. Video question. What is the best way to develop fast twitch muscles in legs? I would say based on your body type. I don't know your body type. I don't know your genetics, so it's different. Some people respond better to high reps. Some people respond better to low reps. The science will tell you lift heavy, but another side of the science will tell you do higher reps on legs. So I would say do both, right? Me and Marco experimented that because we realized that different parts of our bodies respond to different training styles, right? Our backs and chests, well, mainly our backs respond to heavyweight low reps. Our arms, high reps, highest reps. Uh, and our traps, different fucking reps. Marco's traps respond to high reps. Mine don't fucking respond to anything. So it depends. But what we do is we go through periods of rep ranges, right? I call it cycles. First period, pick your legs for instance. Do like 40 rep sets, right? That's like the super intense high rep period. 40 rep sets. Do that for about 4 weeks or so. Take a break. Try to see the result. Obviously, your diet has to be on fucking point, right? Take a break and see, did you gain size? Did you lose size? I'm assuming the 40 rep period, you're going to increase mitochondria. You're going to get some cell activation going. Uh, the capillaries are going to be uh, increased, obviously. What else? What else is going to happen? Yeah, a lot of sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, a lot of glycogen, whatever. So that's going to set you up for fucking size, right? Also, based on the Hindman principle, that says that the longer the muscles under tension, the more you recruit fast twitch fibers as the slow twitch fibers wear out. Might, I don't know, it might work. Try it. First try 40 reps for a month. Then go to like 20 reps for another month. See the results. After that, finally go to low reps. So pretty much break it up into cycles to see what works for you. And don't worry about losing gains because you're really not losing anything. In fact, you're learning how your body works. So don't say, well, when you say you finally find out that your body responds to one cycle, like one rep range, you didn't waste the other cycles. You didn't waste anything. You got a lot of information out of it. And plus, like I said, you got a lot of glycogen. You got more room for glycogen. Uh, you got more capillaries. You got the nutrient delivery system is optimized, so you're not really losing anything. I would say try all rep ranges. Never stick to just one rep range unless you genetic freak. All right. What is the best scientifically studied full body workout to build mass while having proper nutrition? That is hard to answer as fuck because all the scientific research, even though they're made in universities, even though they're being cited left and right, they're only as good as you know, until the next study comes out, right? When the next study comes out, it either supports it or it disproves it, right? If you look at the studies from 50 years ago, at the time, they were the shit. They were like the best studies ever. A lot of them today are fucking obsolete, right? So who's to say that the studies of today won't be disproved, disproved next year or 20 years from now? So it's hard to answer that question, and there's so many protocols involved, so many ways of studying, so many different populations. So I would say um, best scientific study full body workout. I would say keep it simple, right? Keep it simple. One compound movement, maybe not even two. Just if you're beginning, one compound movement per group, right? For back, for your lats, for your rhomboids and mid traps, for your arms. Just pick one and stick to it, right? Stick to it until you start noticing growth. When you reach a plateau, either add a second exercise or switch it up. And this way it's easier to keep track. If you do too many exercises, then it's hard to know what's working, what's not, things like that. All right, next. What do you consider to be the upper body squat? I'm gonna answer that in a separate video, but it's gonna be between behind the neck press, pull-ups, rows, or dips. You know, it's gonna be between those four. Next. You wanna add some?
Hi.
Yo, come on, son. Anyway, so I was like, yo, Hansa, let's make a video and show them how we came up with these insiders. And we spent like the last 10 minutes laughing. So the first one is you have to chill.